Hello! This is Reed, your friendly neighborhood Canadian from small town Alberta. Sending you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Festivus from Lac La Biche, where I currently am working and living. Thanks to fate, and that's just the way life goes. I just finished having an After 8 mint. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. Anyway, because my videos aren't really planned, mostly spontaneous, they're just ideas. This is my Merry Christmas to all of you who read this. I'm a Twitter guy, I'm mostly on Twitter, who watch this on my YouTube channel, which is in year 3 of amateur status, which I'm very happy with. Even though I have many videos I have to upload that I've recorded over the last couple months, which I'm going to try to do over the holiday season, so I can start 2018 on a high note of consistency with YouTube. You know, but life gets in the way, and I work a lot, and, you know, stuff like that. Anyway, I know. Die Hard! Woo! Die Hard. One of the greatest action movies of all time. You can argue it's the best. You really can. Finally, after almost 30 years, is getting recognized as a Christmas movie because it's actually, you know, it takes place on Christmas Eve. It's around Christmas. Unlike a movie like Frozen that many people consider a Christmas movie, which has nothing to do with Christmas because it's ice. That would be like saying the Northwest Territories is the North Pole. I don't know. It's just weird. But anyway, Die Hard. One of my 25 favorite movies of all time. I'm OCD. I'm a movie whore. I'm a movie fanatic. A cinephile. Movie junkie. Blu-ray junkie. Have been my entire life. I have lists upon lists because of that's just what I do. OCD. That's just my nature. I like to keep track of things in my head, writing it down, notes, computer, technology, even though, you know, it's going to bring us down as a society. I love my videos. Anyway, Die Hard. Why is this movie so important and special? Because, I'm going to tell you, this is going to be like, I think I'm going to do a section. I'm going to start organizing my videos, and this might be under the category, I don't know if it's going to be like Reed's personal stories or Reed's memories, something along those lines. But the reason Die Hard means so much to me is because in 1988, this movie came out in the summer of 1988, and I was obsessed with this movie as a kid. I would record the TV trailers, movie reviews on VHS, on anywhere I could, and the reason Die Hard means so much to me is because that's the first movie I ever snuck into, ever, as a kid. It was a different time back then, being a child of the 80s and the 90s versus kids of this generation. I mean, you know, it's been a long time since I've been underage, you know, but sneaking into a movie theater was a big deal and was cool and fun. And most of the time you couldn't do it because back then there were like ushers at every entrance of movie theaters. Like if you were at Cinema 6, if you were in a movie theater that had 8 theaters, every theater had an usher that would check your tickets. Every single one. It wasn't like the group dynamic where half the movie, like, you know, in Scotiabank Theater in West Edmonton Mall, there's the left hand and the right side, and most movie theaters, you got to pass through one guy and then you have access to all these theaters, which is easier to sneak into movies, and it's been that way forever. But back in the day, back in the old days, it wasn't that simple. And I was lucky because when I was a early young teenager boy in Edmonton, Alberta, eventually, like when I was 16, I looked 18. But, you know, I wasn't 16 then. And the reason this movie was so awesome and important is because me and a fellow student, a classmate, a friend of mine from West Lawn Junior High back in the day, his name, Chris Layton. He's actually the son of of an Edmonton news personality that was fairly well known through decades, Bob Layton. Bob Layton's son was Chris Layton. He was one of my best friends in West Lawn Junior High, and then we went to Jasper Place High School. And Chris Layton was also the biggest AC/DC fan I ever knew as a child, and still one of the biggest AC/DC fans I ever remembered. And me and him snuck into Die Hard, and it was such a huge moment for us when we came into school the next week, because we went to West Edmonton Mall on a Saturday afternoon to go see Die Hard, and we had a good plan too. We bought tickets to a movie called Midnight Run. Now, Midnight Run also came out in the summer of 1988, and it starred Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin. And Midnight Run actually is one of the most underrated movies of the 80s, because eventually I did see Midnight Run. I don't know, I probably had some kind of weird guilt that I bought a ticket for Midnight Run and I didn't go see it. So I went to see Midnight Run eventually, and I loved it. And when Midnight Run is cheaper than $40 on Blu-ray, I'm going to buy it, because Midnight Run is phenomenal. Just throwing that out there. Robert De Niro, in one of his very rare comedy performances, is in that movie, and Midnight Run was, anyway, go see Midnight Run. Look it up. It's a great, underrated 80s movie. But anyway, me and Chris Layton, West Lawn Junior High, Saturday afternoon, met at West Edmonton Mall. And back then, in 1988, West Edmonton Mall had 3 movie theaters. Crazy. So we went to Phase 3 in West Edmonton Mall, the Cineplex Odeon movie theater, which went down because back then there was a movie theater in Phase 3, a movie theater in Phase 2, and a movie theater in Phase 1. Famous Players upstairs, which had a huge movie theater. Kind of like how the Paramount Theater downtown Edmonton was the biggest theater in Edmonton for a very, very long time. Well, the theater upstairs at Famous Players in West Edmonton Mall had a huge screen. That's where I saw Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Total Recall, Robin Hood Prince of Thieves, so many other movies saw in that huge theater. But anyway, we were in the Cineplex Odeon Theater in Phase 3 that used to be right beside a McDonald's, which was in Phase 3. Back when there was a McDonald's in Phase 3. Crazy. Crazy to think. I remember West Edmonton Mall as a kid having a Safeway. I remember West Edmonton Mall as a kid having an IKEA. How crazy is that? Sam the Record Man. I would go to Sam the Record Man every day after school with my friend Kevin Parkinson, and we would just look at vinyl records and tapes. And that's what we did. And we talked about music and movies and stuff. But anyway, me and Chris Layton bought tickets to Midnight Run, which was, I believe, in Theater 7. And Die Hard was playing in Theater 8. And they were side by side. And it was awesome. So, it was genius what we did. It really was. And I'm pretty sure what we did was really simple. We bought tickets to Midnight Run, waited in line. The show times were pretty similar. So we acted like we were going to Midnight Run. And because the theaters were side by side and it was in the afternoon, they only had one usher taking care of both theaters. So we acted like we went to Midnight Run. He checked our tickets, and then we just walked into Die Hard, because he was like 2 feet in front of the theaters taking care of everyone waiting in line. You know, he looked at the tickets, looked at us. Midnight Run, I think, was PG-13. Die Hard was rated R. Midnight Run, awesome. 2 kids. And then, so we go past the usher, and then Midnight Run's here, Die Hard's here, and we just, bam, hang a left, go into Die Hard. And the 20 minutes before that movie started was some of the most suspenseful, stressful times of our lives, because we were so worried we were going to be discovered by the usher, we would be kicked out, we would be asked to leave. And we didn't feel safe until the movie started. So when the lights went out, back then movie theaters didn't have commercials. I know, crazy. No commercials in movie theaters. None. We got through the movie trailers, and then Die Hard started. And once the 20th Century Fox thing came on, we figured we were safe, and we spent the next 2 hours enjoying the fuck out of this movie that changed cinema. I mean, Bruce Willis, who was a major television star, he won an Emmy Award for lead actor in a dramatic series for Moonlighting, which was an epic show back in the day. Moonlighting had Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd in it, and I remember my mom loved that show, and I loved that show. But he was trying to be a movie star, and he made a couple movies that didn't do so well. But Die Hard, and no one really saw Die Hard as a threat, as a big box office thing, but Die Hard surprised the critics, surprised audience goers, surprised the world, and became a huge hit in the summer of 1988, and is still regarded as one of the best action movies of all time, and a Christmas movie because it's set around Christmas. And it's a great fucking film, and it holds up to this day. And I started a thing on IMDb a long time ago. I made a list of actors who, in my opinion, should have been nominated for Best Supporting Actor. I don't know why that category in particular. Probably because the Oscars have snubbed and overlooked so many great performances over the years. I will argue with anyone. Alan Rickman, who portrayed Hans Gruber in Die Hard in 1988, should have been nominated for Best Supporting Actor by the Academy Awards. He shouldn't have won it. I'm not saying he should have won it. I'm saying he should have been one of the 5 actors nominated that year, because Alan Rickman's performance as Hans Gruber transformed the way movie villains in action movies were portrayed, written, and acted. He totally changed the game. His performance was amazing. He was smart. He was elegant. He was funny. You felt like this guy had an agenda, but he wasn't a total asshole. And Alan Rickman, that made Alan Rickman's career to be a bad guy in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and various other movies and other things. And Die Hard made Bruce Willis a fucking major Hollywood star for many, many years to come. And then, then he started making movies for like just any kind of movie he wanted, which is whatever. That's how it goes sometimes. But Die Hard remains one of my favorite movies of all time, and one of my favorite memories as a child, because me and Chris Layton snuck into Die Hard on a Saturday afternoon in the summer of 1988, and we, against all odds, were able to see a movie we had no business seeing, because we were not 18. We were, I don't know how old we were. We were young little kids, West Lawn Junior High. So, and that year we did a Christmas rap / poem about our Die Hard experience, and we like acted it out in front of the entire class, which was amazing. So yeah, I just wanted to share my memories of Die Hard, one of my top 25 movies of all time. A great movie to watch over Christmas. One of the best action movies ever. I don't know why I want to say action adventure. Action movies of all time. Rated R. Violent, funny. Bruce Willis. Complex hero that also showed a hero could be injured. A hero could have doubts. A hero could be scared. Die Hard really was a game changer. Like Lethal Weapon in 1987 transformed the cop buddy picture aspect of movies. Also set over Christmas. Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie. Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie. Die Hard did the exact same thing. Transformed the way heroes, and then everything after that was referred to for many years as Die Hard on a plane, Die Hard on a boat, Die Hard on a bus, Die Hard in a whatever, Die Hard in this, because many movies copied that formula and made their own version of Die Hard. So it was Passenger 57 was Die Hard on a plane. Under Siege was Die Hard on a boat. Speed, Die Hard kind of on a bus. Stuff like that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'm going to upload all these videos I haven't uploaded yet on my channel. I hope to gain, I'm going for year 1 I wanted 6 subscribers, year 2 I was like 12 would be good, so I hope I get 18 subscribers. It's an inside joke. I mean, I'm not looking for miracles. I'm a man from Canada, Alberta. I make weird videos, weird topics. I'm hit or miss, but I do my best. I try when I can. But Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, goodwill, good feelings, all that good stuff. And thank you for watching. And if you like Die Hard, comment below and be like, hey, why are you wearing a Rangers hat and a New Jersey Devils hockey jersey? Because I'm crazy, that's why. But comment below. Tell me, you love Die Hard. Other Christmas movies you think are like non-traditional Christmas movies. That would be cool. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want. Follow me on Twitter. I have a PC Twitter account, which is Reed Dudar. And then I have my other Twitter account, which you might have to look for. Anyway, cheers. Have a good day. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Bye.